Welcome back, and let's chat cryptos now because they have been in news for the last 3 days, but the decline just about continues today as well. If you look at the cryptocurrency markets today, we have the Bitcoin, which is trading nearly 8% on the weaker side. You have Ethereum down 16%, but the major of decline clearly comes in from Solana, 36% down even as we speak. And this is happening after Binance is looking to take stake or buy over in FTX. But there's a lot of ifs and buts in all of that. Let's discuss that. For that, we have with us Kashif Raza, who's co-founder of Crypto Kanoon. He joins us on the show live. Kashif, hi, and difficult time yet again. Just as you were thinking that the crypto winter is over, you have yet another big news coming in with two major exchanges of the world. The kind of statements that are coming in clearly have had an impact on all cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, definitely. The kind of event that has happened in the past 48 hours has really shaken the market. And the kind of, in fact, these events are being said that to be the most, I can say when the history will be seen, in future when people will look back, probably this event is one of the most important events that has happened. Because understand that two biggest exchanges of the industry, and they were, fighting. So initially, people were thinking that they're fighting with each other, and Binance is trying to take down, FTX. But then later on, we figured out that Binance actually helped FTX bail out from the situation, and they've taken over it, they've bought it. I think this news has a lot of implication. The way it has happened, the way FTX has fallen down, the fallout of FTX has raised a lot of questions.
Right.
And in future, many new things will come up.
Surely. Kashif, there also, and much of the drama nowadays happens on Twitter, and there is a statement from Binance's founder saying that the deal is pending due diligence. I mean, this comes in after a lot of conversation already has happened, and this is not the first time that we are seeing something like this from Binance. I mean, we've seen that in the Indian markets with WazirX as well.
Yeah, we had seen it in the past that in 2018, Binance said that they had acquired WazirX, but in 2022, they denied it. And that was quite a shocking news for everybody. And then we saw, arguments that were happening publicly between Binance and WazirX. And we all saw that. And I think what is the main problem in this industry right now is that this industry is highly unregulated. There are no clear guidelines and there are no clear regulations. If you see, Binance is, nobody knows that where Binance is based at and where their real offices are, where the real people are going, where it is filing the returns, where it is reporting their returns. So nothing much is clear. And same goes for FTX, right? So what is happening is, the fallout of FTX has happened because somewhere they were not reporting the books of account on a regular basis to a particular regulator.
Okay.
So once the balance sheet came out in the media and once the numbers were out in the public, then public got, an understanding that books are really not in a nice condition. The balance sheet is showing something else. And on a macro level, on Twitter, on media, the things are different, and on balance sheet, things are different.
So absolutely. So Kashif, what is Binance then buying FTX into? Because when you look at the last 3 days, and this is all media reported reports, that FTX has recorded a withdrawal of $6 billion in last 3 trading sessions there. What does that mean for the overall crypto markets, one? And if it's in such a mess in the global markets, and you get to read most of this stuff on Twitter, what does it do for the investing community?
Yeah, first of all, it is not easy for Binance to take over FTX for a couple of reasons. In FTX, there are many investors that have admitted on Twitter that they are not aware of it. And by the way, they are very reputed venture capitalists, those who are invested in FTX. And they are saying that they are not aware of the situation. Whatever information they have, they are getting it through Twitter, number one. Number two, the books of accounts of FTX are in a real bad situation. Why? Because if FTX has an assets of 14 billion US dollar, 6 billion US dollar is only FTT token, which is now down by say 99% from its all-time high.
Right.
It's hovering at around $4 or $5 from an all-time high of 70, $80. So the value of FTT is nothing. And in fact, the other assets on the balance sheets were different cryptos like Solanas and other altcoins.
Right.
And those altcoins are also not doing well because they are also bleeding right now. So the overall asset side of the balance sheet has gone for a toss, and the liabilities, they stay there only. because the liabilities are close to 7 to 8 billion US dollar. So it is yet to be seen that what Binance is taking over, by the way. And if they're buying the assets, what assets? Because the assets are not there. So it is very difficult. So the moment they said that they are doing a due diligence, market and the investors didn't took this news as a positive thing, because what Binance is buying, because nothing is clear. And also the news is that the regulators around the world, especially US, they are watching this deal, and probably they are watching it very closely, and all these developments probably is opening a new gate and a new reason for the regulators to go all out against crypto.
Crypto yet again, yes. I have one final question, and this is about the kind of liquidation that we've seen in the global markets. 700 million liquidated in longs in last 24 hours, and much of that clearly is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, which has seen $40 million of a liquidation as well. Now, liquidation happens when the exchanges cut your positions because you can't pay margins, and the kind of sell-off that we've seen into this market, how soon do you see some stability coming back here? How long do you see this being stretched and the impact on the prices?
Not very soon. I think this event has triggered a lot of debate. Now, what will happen? All the different exchanges, will be under scanner. And other than Binance, there are a lot of exchanges like OKX, KuCoin, and there are many exchanges, Huobi. All these exchanges have said that they will release a proof of reserve. Okay. Because now people are asking questions to their exchanges that what is the guarantee that you also have the reserve, or you are not in a similar situation like FTX. So many exchanges know that the trust has taken a toss. People are asking questions to their exchanges. Exchanges will provide the proof of reserves, and those exchanges who will not be able to provide that will definitely see a shift happening from them to the competitor, number one. Number two, you will also see, the exchanges with their native tokens will be under scanner. Right. Number three, you will also see the founder of a particular exchange. Like in this case, FTX was invested in Solanas and other altcoins. So once the founder, investor has gone down, ultimately the investments in the other projects will also has taken a toss. So a lot of questions and a lot of negativity is there, and already the bearish market and the macro sentiments are already on the lower side. Probably it will take a lot of time to come out of this situation.
All right, does not sound good at all, especially when it is two top exchanges, crypto exchanges in the world talking like that, and especially on Twitter, where the promoters and the supporters say that they are not aware of the deal going through, is something that doesn't really work well, and we have seen that sell-off come into the markets. Kashif, as always, thank you so much for joining us. But before we go, let's put those numbers of Tata Motors second quarter earnings on your screen there, and there's a net loss really at 944 crores, while we had a poll suggesting that 248 crores of a profit is what the markets were looking at. So this clearly has surprised on the other side. Revenue on the other side at 79,000 crores versus CNBC-TV18 poll of 81,000 crores also is coming on the weaker side. Margin as well has disappointed at 7%. We put out a poll saying 10.2% on that. EBITDA at 5,572 crores versus our poll of 8,330 crores also is coming on the weaker side. So none of those numbers really matching, and that's a surprise on the weaker side coming in from Tata Motors. But more on those numbers, and we'll have Sonia as well joining in on the other side of this very short break.